castor oil for the skin. Castor oil and coconut oil is what I've been using. I'm like, have you taken care of your plant today? Have you taken care of your body today? You shouldn't wait for someone else to give you a massage. You should give yourself a massage every day. In every part of your body. Castor oil for your body, for your face. Always massage because of your lymphatics. Oh, do I smell good? Huh? Good enough. Silly puppy. Tap the screen if you're a human being. Interact with the live. How are you, Ashe? Top of the day. What's going on? Where are we at? Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Top of the day. How are we? It is 7:20 on the West Coast. The sun is shining, which means power for me. Oh, I'm only on 2 watts, but whatever. Don't even make sense, man. We're not in a someplace to where we need to move. I don't know. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Anyway. So breathing. Breathing is a huge thing, okay? Yes, if we don't breathe, we die. But that's not what I meant. Breathing can reset your body just as detoxing it can. You don't have to fast. You can use breathing to reset your body at a cellular level as well as resetting your nervous system and setting you into meditation. Breath work is essential and one of the hardest things we all have to learn. This is on struggling with faith, and I don't know what to trust, and my brain is delusional often. I am rock bottom and can't tell why I'm seeing what I am. Okay, hi YouTube, hi TikTok. I'm simultaneously streaming both. Okay, so you're struggling with the faith and the psychosis. So yeah, at the end of the day, everything you've learned is a lie, and you are in a game, and a game of sorts doesn't mean it's fun or for your good. It's a game of skill, of psychology and energy. You are in a matrix of energy. Our emotions are energy. Our emotions create waves, right? That's why this whole world runs on our ego. It runs on our emotions because it's waves, it's frequency. Hello, my love. I am amazing. How are you? You have to start breaking away from the entire illusion of the world that you're living in. You are not the body you're embodying. You are embodying it. This body is a plant. This body is your avatar. And this body is an armor and a resource, but can be your prison if you treat it as such. It's an antenna and it tells you what's going on in your environment and everything. I have also reached so that's not what I'm talking about. There's You're attached to your body. You have to be attached to your body. What are you talking about? There's no non-attachment to your body. That's the whole part of this game. That's one of the part of the traps is your body. Your body you are attached to. You embody the body though. You have to respect the body. You have to embrace the body for what it truly is and not demean it and disrespect it by poisoning it and listening to, oh, this is what's wrong and da da da. There's nothing wrong with you, and your body heals. And the body that you're born with is not the body you're sitting in either, because it rejuvenates every 7 years at a cellular level, whether you like it or not. Now, well, the way it rejuvenates, though, is whatever you've been putting into it. So if you've been putting poison and crap into it, then it's going to rejuvenate worse and worse, right? It's going to deteriorate. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. So when it comes down to the body, we have to pay attention to it and truly use it as the tool that it is. Okay, you were not born with sin. You came here as light, as love. You are energy. We are all one. You are fragments of infinite, and I am you and you are me. We are just been put into these bodies, and you're just in a different level of consciousness and awareness at the end of the day. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And that is where they keep you. They keep you in your ego. They keep you in survival. They keep you distracted instead of coming back to one. So back to the breathing. When it comes to the breathing, like I said, we don't even have to fast. It's in breathing that we can trigger our bodies into it. And it is breathing in through the nose in a long 5-minute count. And filling your lungs as much as you can. I seem to have a cutoff point. And then holding it for 5. And then releasing it slowly for 10. Which, if you can't get right off the bat, it's okay, right? Because you have 10 more times to do this. And do this in the first thing in the morning, and it will start resetting your body. Then you breathe it out slowly, so you're disciplined and structured with that. And then hold your breath again with emptied out air for as long as you can without feeling like you're going to panic. And then restart. Again, it is breathing is an essential thing for our body. So, anyway. So I don't think I really helped the person that was asking about the struggle. How do we handle it, right? How do we balance out relearning everything that we've been taught, and our whole world, our whole foundation crumbles, right? then it's like, where do you go from there? And then what is the purpose? And then more questions arise, and you haven't gotten the answers for the other questions that were there. And if you live in victim mentality, then it feels very chaotic and very isolating, and not in a good way, and just very end of the road, right? Rock bottom, as you put it. But rock bottom really doesn't exist because there is no ceiling as well. Anything is possible. So we are limitless, and we have to remember that. But the rock bottom for you would be when you've had enough of the self-sabotage to yourself, and realize that the only thing that has to change is you, one way or another, right? You know, that's why they say one day at a time, man. One day at a time. One day at a time, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. Be in the now. Don't worry about the future. Future's not here. Only now is. Right? Screw it. Everything will work out. Everything will fall into place. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Wow. As cliche as that sounds, I see the flow now. Just be in the now, man. But because if you're not in the now, you are living in the past, right? You're going to have anger, resentment, whatever. If you're trying to hold somebody else accountable, if you still need closure, if you're still sad, or any kind of emotion about the past, you are living in the past. You are stuck in a loop that you have to release and let go. That's why we say feel to heal, because you have to feel it, validate it, process it, figure out where it's coming from, and then release it and move on. Our ego is our teacher and our guide, but it's emotions, and they make waves, literally frequency waves. So be mindful of that, right? Of your energy, what you create, where your attention goes, and where you're vibrating at. Because there is no justice at the end of the day. It's just intention and integrity and perception, right? But really, it's just energy. It's just frequency. It's just energy. There is no law of attraction. It's law of frequency. It's law of vibration. You know, and when you have the law of assumption, where the only thing you see is true, that will be your life, because that's your full belief. So what do you want to make your life into? Easier said than done, I know, but it's possible, and we get there because we heal. You have to detox the body first and foremost, because you are energy in this body, right? But you need the body to navigate the world properly. If you are not in proper condition, you are zombified and you are enslaved. And it is you being played versus playing the game. You're not in freedom, you are enslaved. That is why we break the box. That is why we remember who we are. That is why you go with change and break the complacency check, the comfortability white picket fence house, the permanent residence, the permanent record. There's nothing permanent about anything except you. You're the only thing that's permanent. Energy. You don't die. You just transmute. But there's nothing permanent. Change is essential and consistent. And if you don't go with it, then you stay stuck. This world wants you to hold on to things, material things, besides the family unit and the illusion of belonging to something to keep you stuck. Because why? If you realize how free you are and that this isn't all an illusion and that there is no value in any of it, there's nothing to hold on to. They lose their control. To say the least. I don't know. I think I got sidetracked. Sorry. I feel like I got the nudge to be like, yeah, let's tone it down. We have to give ourselves grace. Confirmation. With every step. Because no one told us the truth. No one gave us the instruction manual. Just like parenting. You know, there's no real book on motherhood. There's no real book on life except for the fact of, you know, I don't know. We've all been lied to. And you can't take it personal because the people that lied to you were your family and they didn't know any better either. So, yes, no one's accountable except for you. You're the only one accountable for yourself. That's where you release the resentment and the anger or, you know, justice button for everybody else. Because at the end of the day, no one's holding a gun to your head and making you poison yourself. You're making that decision. You're choosing to be complacent. Is standing up for yourself going to be easy? Not always. No. Are you going to get backlash from it? Maybe. Most likely. Are people going to judge you? Absolutely. Do you care? No. Why? Because you're sitting in your truth and you're taking care of your human vessel and you're playing the game. You're going to run into obstacles because why? You're in a game. This game doesn't want you to succeed. It's not going to help you win. Has anyone ever played Tomb Raider, Diablo, Elder Scrolls, Hitman? I don't know. Frogger, Pac-Man? Anyone ever play a video game? Did we all forget because we just became zombified freaking doom scrollers? Do we not even play video games anymore? Because video games aren't bad, per se, I feel like. I feel like they can help you with some motor skills, you know? Like they say, everything in moderation. Not everything in moderation. Chess. Yes, now see, chess is a good game. Chess is a great game. Absolutely. And it helps you think and think ahead. Ha 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 ha. Ho ha ha. Ho ha ha ha. Love it. Brilliant. Yes, chess is an amazing game and should be done daily. I used to play chess with my ex-husband. Ah, no hidden messages there. God. Too funny. It's too funny. Life's ironic once you start connecting the dots. When you start looking back at your life and you start connecting things, like let's say your favorite movie or the movies that really stuck with you as a child, the same songs or different things, listen to them now. Listen to the lyrics now. How do they hit you now? Where do they resonate now? Is that why you like the song? See, I'm very clear. I'm claircognizant all around, but my clairaudient is I don't like music unless I can relate to it and I understand the words and everything. Like it embraces a memory, a story, or whatever, and obviously the feeling. Which is why I went to EDM music mostly and always have been drawn to that, because most of that doesn't have words, and the words at least are uplifting and not, in societal lower vibrational music. Anyway, how'd I digress? But everything is connected, just like everything. It's all your wishes as a young child, as a young adult, even the smallest wishes. If you're not paying attention, you may not realize that you're getting what you wish for, because you manifest every day. But you have to pay attention to what's actually going on. And abundance isn't always in the material things. And even if you're hoping for let's say this bill needs to be paid or something like that, right? And then magically your account just gets credited or something, just falls into place. That's a lot of times how that's going to happen. It's you get a little bit more back with your tax refund. Abundance is everywhere, and it's us. We are the abundance, so we have to radiate that. And we have to break free from the lower lack of mindset, thinking that we're not enough, so we're not good enough and we can't acquire that. Because what? No, we run this place. We run this place. We own this place. We are the energy of this place. Renounce yourself. Reclaim your sovereignty and sit in that energy and radiate that. And that is your law of attraction. It's not attracting, it's just is. You are that vibration. So, does that make more sense? I feel like I kind of went on a... I don't even know. I should get my cards, huh? Had a really good rest this last, what do you call it, man? Last few hours? This past evening, I had a good rest. Which is not common. Not always getting a good rest, I'm noticing. But I slept well last night. I slept like I felt like I was sleeping in a palace on a king-size bed in paradise. That's how I slept, and that's how I felt. Even though I was sleeping in the back of my car. Oceanside, by the way. But, again, all on perception and all on what we vibrate and believe, right? So if I felt that content, that's what I'm radiating, right? So we're embodying the now, the peace. Does that resonate? Does that make sense to anyone? Yes, ma'am. Yankee does it right. Or what is that? Dan? Denisa? I mean, there's so many inner things that, like, we, realize. Like, again, your emotions are energy. Your emotions are waves, man. When you get angry, that makes a wave. And that goes at people. If you unleash it, right? Direct it. All of it does. And if we don't unleash it, we hold it in, and that's why we explode. Right? Because it's got to be processed one way or another. Or your body will hold on to it as well. And then it'll just fester and turn into the resentment and anger that you don't seem to have any control over. But at the end of the day, what are you angry and resentful for? It wasn't personal. Step out of the victim mentality, man. Every single one of us has a trauma. Every single one of us was unplugged, in a way, from who we are and dismantled. We were all separated from what we are and put in these bodies. We were all been traumatized. We all suffer a mother wound. You are no different than anybody else. So let go of your self-righteous anger, resentment, whatnot, victim mentality, and turn it around and start taking accountability for the energy that you are exerting and whatnot. You didn't have the tools or the knowledge then, but you're acquiring it now. So, you're not responsible for what happened to you, but you are responsible for how you continue on. You didn't cause what happened to you, but you are going to now set boundaries not to enable that to happen to you again, because boundaries are respect for oneself. Are we comprehending? When you say trying, you're not doing anything. Trying is a scapegoat for yourself that you are possibly making an effort, but you're not doing it at all. It's not holding you to it. Well, I tried. No. Yeah, and it's a scapegoat. You have to let go of the anger and step out of your victim mentality. And your family's not really your family. They're characters in a movie. And if they are not helping you and they are hurting you, then you have to walk away from them. But you also have to really truly look at yourself and see where your ego lies. You have to realize you could be in your narcissistic ego. You can be BPD, CPD, whatever. That's why I do alignments. That's what I offer. It's in my website. Because if you don't know where your empathy really lies, or where your shame and guilt and what you're toting around is, you're never going to break out of that ego. You're going to live in it because that ego is in defense right now, because you're in survival. And when you're in survival, your ego does not hear that you are wrong ever. You have to have enough emotional intelligence to step out of it, to see the mirror and look at it. But we have to realize where our ego is, first and foremost, to start healing it. Anyway. That is all. That's like the biggest key. You're in a game of the ego. You're in a game of mirrors. You're in a game of emotions. The human experience learning love. This human body is learning what love is. Love is not an emotion. It is a state of being. It is our frequency. It is our vibration at our highest point. Everything you seek is within. You see only love because you are me and I am you. Plain as day. Only thing separating you is this avatar. And the avatars are different, but they're all the same. And that's what we try to say. There is no color. We're all just different shades of milk or different shades of wheat. We are the product of our environment. You can't live in a straw hut in Alaska, and you can't live in an igloo in Hawaii. That's common sense, man. That's logic. But this game doesn't run on logic. This game runs on the ego. I don't know why it's so bad. Like, it's so bad. It was tea. It's god-awful tea. God-awful tea. I'm like, anybody want to buy me a smoothie? Now, I'm super excited. I'm gonna invest in one of those ham mixers, hopefully. I want to get, I think it's the Hamilton, because the wattage is perfect for this. And it will blend and chop. And what was the other one? Maybe grind? I don't know. But, which is perfect because I have to grind flax seeds and blend smoothies and stuff like that, which I'm super excited about, because to eat healthy like that, and that's going to be like so much cheaper, right? Being able to do it myself. Anyway, I don't know. I'm excited about that part. Need to do a little more organization to my car, of like more more organization, right? More compartmentalization. More compartmentalization to my car is what I need. I also probably need to go through my clothes again and make sure I get rid of anything that just doesn't have an energetic vibration for me. Because I still have some clothes, but I don't know. Weird, right? Just want to like purge it all. It's probably because the photo albums I'm sleeping on. Anywho. I have no idea. Was I talking about anything? I meant to get my cards. Tap the screen. Let me know you're a live human being. What is going on with TikTok? Like, has TikTok just been taken over by complete bots? Seriously. Like, I feel like the whole app is just a bot now. Which is a little disheartening, you know? This is my social. Get it? Social media. Anyway. Can she reach? I want to get up. I'm not talking about the views. I'm talking about interaction. Every live, I'm just talking about the interaction in the lives. And again, we are what we vibrate, right? So it's the same with these algorithms. Thank you for the support. Truly appreciate. Tap the screen. Well, I'm glad you popped in. Thank you very much. It means a lot. And thank you. And thank you for choosing yourself. Because if you are in my live and you are choosing to follow me or show support, that means you're choosing yourself and you are in the movement of healing. Healing oneself. You heal yourself, we heal the world, right? How do we heal the world? You start with the man in the mirror, man. You start with you. You can't do anything unless you heal you. You can't give from an empty well. That pertains to it all. So, that means all your world news and even sitting, all of it, let it go. That don't pertain to you. What pertains to you is this little circle in front of you and you. You have to detox the body because the body is a huge antenna, and that is how you receive your thoughts. Remember, we don't think our thoughts. We live in the past and memories. We receive our thoughts when we are open and ready. Oxygen mask on you first, then the children. That's exactly right. But we don't do that, do we? We go into self-sacrifice. We go into martyrdom. We go into always having to take care of someone else and putting someone else in front of us. Because why? That is told that that is nobility and that is honor and that is righteousness. That is enslavement, and that is zombified put your sword down and you don't care about your life. You are not focused on protecting you. You have now become a little soldier to protect everything else besides yourself, which makes you an open vessel of energy of just give to everything but you. Does that make sense? Motherhood is the biggest trick bag there is. That's the one that sent me off my rocker. That's the one that fucking... That's the one that snapped me, man. The world didn't break me. I didn't forget who I was right off the bat. I didn't go into self-sabotage until the marriage chipped away, but the kids broke me. Well, the whole dynamic, I guess you could say. Wasn't really the kids, the motherhood, right? The dynamic. And the fact that you don't put yourself first. If you're a true mother, you're never going to put yourself first. You're going to put your children first, no matter what. You're going to enable them to treat you no matter how. Because why? They're your children, and you want to give them the best, and you want to give them the life that you always wanted and whatever like that, and they should thrive, whatever, because that's what a true parent, that's what a true mother does. But that's the trick part about it. You dissolve. You give your entire self away. And when you enable things like narcissism and abuse within your children and the marriage or your environment, then you now become very toxic to yourself and everything, right? And that's the trap, because you lose yourself. Because you've been giving and giving and giving and giving, and no one has given back to you. Because no one instructed you how to. Because why? The strongest being on this planet are the females, because we are the life givers. So our energy alone is immense. So they go out of their way to keep it down. And for the past 100 and what? So years, they've succeeded. It's over now, though. The patriarchy's dead. We lit it on fire, and it's falling apart, little by little. By next year, we won't even recognize it anymore. All right. Excuse me. It's very coffee. Kind of feeling brunchy today. I'm like, what's happening? Oh, right. YouTube, I'm gonna have to say goodbye because my tablet's dying, so I have to charge it. But I'm still on TikTok, so jump on TikTok and say hi. Otherwise, I will see you on the other side. My website is linked if you would like a personal session. And yeah, happy healing to you. Take care of you.